rock, y'all, non-stop, y'all, to the beat, y'all, the body rock, y'all, so let's rock, y'all, non-stop, y'all, to the beat, y'all, the body rock, y'all, so let's rock, y'all, non-stop, y'all, to the beat, y'all, the body rock, y'all, so let's rock, y'all, non-stop, y'all, to the beat, y'all, the body rock, y'all, so let's rock, y'all, non-stop, y'all, to the beat, y'all, the body rock, y'all, so let's rock, y'all, non-stop, y'all, to the beat, y'all, the body rock, y'all, so let's rock, y'all, non-stop, y'all, to the beat, y'all, the body rock, y'all, so let's rock, y'all, non-stop, y'all, to the beat, y'all, the body rock, y'all, so let's rock, y'all, non-stop, y'all, to the beat, y'all, the body rock, y'all, so let's rock, y'all, non-stop, y'all, to the beat, y'all, the body rock, y'all, so let's
Let's get started with our Week 5 highlights. Apple River gets a victory over Eagle Point, fist-pounding them 101-73. The Fowls and their fans were sick of the cartoonish look of their owner and their logo, so they couldn't change their owner, but they could change their logo. So the Quack Attack took on this Flying Bird, which looks great, but no match for little MJ and his record-setting quarterback Drew Brees. Brees only needed 3 points, he rubbed it in by getting 30. French Geek goes to 5-0 by putting another ass whooping on another team, this time scoring 119 points. It's 4 short of the money, but Todd Gurley, is there ever any question he was a good pick? Or how about this, Saquon Barkley? I can catch passes and avoid pitches getting touchdowns. We're all screwed. Horseshoe continues the trend of beating up on the North Division, this time taking on Smiley's Hares. James Conner, he was a real good pick. I wish I kind of had him at this point. 30 points going over the top. That was a big difference in this game. Sound Lake becomes the only North Division team to beat the West, and this time Sprouts, Upper Turtle, Flying Monkeys. The Blake Bortles trade that Foles pulled off with Bart is looking huge now as Bortles, even though he's trying to hump Kansas City turf, picked up 30 points this week. It was a big determining factor in this contest. Beavertown hangs on by literally a yard, taking down Doherty Creek. The Shockers wanted to first remember the ass whipping they put on Mitch's Horseshoe Bucks by kicking the shit out of their mascot last Friday morning. But it was a big week of trades for the Shock. Trubisky goes, Gronk comes, and Gronk goes. Mike Davis, who runs Rolling Oaks Golf Course, he rolled in and rolled out within a day. And here comes JHI, just ready to rip an get an MRI, and be out with an ACL and some other fucking letters for the rest of the year. Sonny Michel was the only one good pickup, but the Dogs hung on because Alex Smith's pass with 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter was caught, and the bitch was tackled on the 1 yard line. Fuzzy falls by 2. It was East River taking down East Ireland by 7, 90-83. The newly acquired Mike Davis, no, not the manager at Rolling Oaks, but the one that Curtis got from Fuzzy, scored a bunch of points, and that helped, as long as Captain Kirk going through the Starship Philadelphia. Mason Crosby could have won the game for Bart, but he missed them all, and that didn't help the Packers either. 4 Mile was last in scoring, but you get 123 points and win $10 for being high score and move way up in the scoring, mostly because of this man, Isaac Crowell, the Jet, getting 220 plus yards in this long touchdown, so vanquishing Maple Grove. And here's Bell's fans going wild. Look at this shit. Finally, Reigning Tree stays undefeated, mostly because South Doherty couldn't score any points this week. South Doherty, decimated by byes and injuries, had a hard time putting out a lineup that could score any points. Tommy Warnberg got 15 from James White, and then backup Brethard quarterback from San Fran scored for him too. Speaking of scoring, we're pretty. Now here we go, taking a look at the standings again, starting with the North Division. Mark Fuller's Sand Lake Sharks were the only winners in the league, and he's starting to pull away. 2-game lead already, and big lead in scoring. Poskin and Eagle Point trying to hang in there. But this isn't going to be a contest unless the rest of the boys get their acts together. I assume everybody's okay with me interjecting these little model breaks in between different clips of our beloved league. And if you're offended by it, don't fucking watch. Now let's take a peek at the East Division standings, where Raintree remains one of 2 undefeated teams in the league, and 2 full games ahead of Beavertown and East River, which are in a virtual tie. Only 1 point separates the 2 clubs. 4 Mile with the win, crawling back in it, trying to stay alive, trying to stay relevant. The South Division got swept this week. Buzz lost that opportunity to beat Dog. Put Doherty Creek, though, in the scoring race in a dead heat with Sean. He's actually only 0.5 points behind South Doherty. Maple Grove hanging in there scoring-wise, a game back. East Ireland sucking hind Donkey Titty. And finally, the Western Division that had 3 winners and a monkey. French Creek continues to dominate in scoring and in record. Horseshoe at 3-2 along with Upper Turtle, but a huge scoring advantage over the Flying Monks. Apple River gets a win, crawling back in it. Only a game behind out of second place, which appears what everybody's playing for. Now it's time to look at overall scoring, where parity once again rules the law in the Nbfl. Unless you're a Flying Monkey, they're way behind. Everybody else is pretty tight. East River up at the top and the bottom feeders at 9th, 441.3. But you'll notice that after we switch graphics, that they're right on the heels of some of their other brothers in the standings. Maple Grove 441.4. Beavertown 1 above them. Doherty Creek and South Doherty just 2 above them. So a lot of parity. Bucks hanging in there. Sharks still looking good. Raintree looking good. And French Creek just 143 points above everybody else. Anyway, it's catchy graphic. Shows just what an ass kicking French Creek is putting on the rest of the league. Next week's action, Doherty Creek will host first place Raintree in the Eastern Division. Beavertown heads to East Ireland. 4 Mile heads down to South Doherty. And Maple Grove takes on the Scallywags. East River comes to town. The Northwest crossover, we have Apple River heading over to Poskin. And the Horseshoe Bucks, this will be a good game, taking on the Sand Lake Sharks. French Creek going to kick the shit out of Smiley probably. And 2 teams that have been struggling going at it, Eagle Point and Upper Turtle. That's it for me, boys. That's a wrap on week 5. I invite you to stay tuned to watch Moffat take on a baseball. Have a good week.